Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we're going to have a class on patience. Okay. All praise is due to Allah. We praise Him, we seek His aid and His assistance, and His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evils of our souls and the evils of our deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, none can misguide. Whomsoever Allah misguides, none can guide. I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. To begin, the scholars of Allah's deen has defined patience as a good character for human beings. Without it, humans cannot live a peaceful, prosperous, and healthy life. Abu Uthman radiallahu anhu has stated, the one who has patience is the one who is trained himself to handle difficulties. Now, when it comes to patience and complaints, there are two categories: complaining to Allah and complaining to another human being. In Surah 12, Ayah 86, Yaqub alayhi salam said, Innama asku basim wa husni ilallahi. I only complain of my distraction and anguish to Allah. This is the good kind of a complaint, because you're complaining only to Allah and you're giving your complaints to Allah. The second type of complaining to people is a bad kind of complaint. And this complaint can be manifested through words or bodily action. Like when a person is silent because they're angry, that's a form of complaining. For it is said, if the whole world were to get together to cause you good, they can only cause you good as much as Allah ordains. And if they are to go get together to cause you harm, they can only harm you as much as Allah has ordained. Therefore, why complain to one whose help is limited and temporary, when there is one whose help is unlimited and eternal? We as human creations of Allah has both physical and psychological patience, and both has two aspects: by choice and without choice. Physically by choice, doing a task wantingly, like hard labor, rearing children, anything a person chooses to do using their physical composition. Now, the physical patience without choice is the type of patience one has while going through illnesses, stress, hunger, and the like thereof. When you have mental patience by choice, which are those things which one avoids that both Islam and common sense says are prohibited. And the mental patience without choice are the things one bears with patience that deals with whims and desires. For example, if you like to go partying, you bear that temptation with patience and don't go out partying, then you have strong mental patience to avoid that which is bad, which is wrong. Mental patience as far as with the prayers, if you bear getting up at night, in the middle of the night with patience to offer prayer, offer Fajr prayer, offer Easter prayer. If you bear with those with patience, then you have what is called strong patience and the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam stated that the hardest thing for a hypocrite to do is the Fajr and the Isha prayer. Patience by choice is indeed of a higher status than patience without choice. Qatada said, Allah created the angels with reason and no desires, animals with desires and no reasons, humans with both desires and reason. Therefore, if a person's sense of reason is stronger than his desires, then he is like an angel. Likewise, if his desires is stronger than his reason, he is like an animal. Some people have difficulty dealing with patience, while others find it easy. Like some people find it very stressful standing on line waiting to purchase groceries, while others can do it with ease. Now one may ask, when is patience needed? Patience is required when worshiping Allah and following His commands and joining good and forbidding wrongs, accepting Allah's decree. As for patience and worshiping Allah, is doing all the acts of worship with humility, humbleness, and sincerity, all for the sake and pleasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All blessings will be lost if not done with these three: humility, humbleness, and sincerity. Enjoining good and forbidding wrong can be achieved with the hope of receiving Allah's reward by enjoining good and fear of His just punishment by doing wrong, and patience in accepting Allah's divine decree by knowing that Allah has knowledge of all things and His will reigns supreme. He is the disposer of all affairs, the good and the bad. We as believers must accept this, for no matter what a believer faces, good or bad, the outcome is always good. When something bad happens to a believer, he develops patience. When something good happens to a believer, he develops and establishes gratitude. And both patience and gratitude is most beloved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that ends my thing on patience. May Allah reward us, guide us, and protect us. Bestow His blessings upon us. Strengthen us in faith and good deeds. Wash away our sins as water washes away dirt. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيرك. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.